What is a leading question? Leading questions are questions that contain or suggest the answer or a possible answer, so the answer is actually right there in the question. Let me emphasize that. The answer is either there in the question or suggested by the question. There are lots of different ways to phrase leading questions, and we'll look at those shortly. But a useful rule of thumb is they do not usually start with interrogative words like who, how, what, why. Let's listen to some simple questions and you can decide if they're leading or not.
Have you had a good day?
Yes, it's a leading question. The word good is one possible answer about the sort of day you've had. So it fits our definition of a leading question because it contains its own answer. Let's try another one.
What exactly were you doing in the kitchen?
The answer is yes and no. Yes, it's leading because it presumes that the event of being in the kitchen, unless that's a fact established by a previous answer. But no, it's not leading on the point of what the witness was doing in the kitchen. It's a loaded question. The intonation suggests suspicion. But that's not the same as leading, because, as you can see, the answer is not in the question. Let me also mention that the word what invites a fuller answer, perhaps an explanation. This creates opportunities for the witness to recover some control and use countermeasures. So this is not a good question for cross-examination. In order to make it good for cross-examination, you could use 3 precise leading questions instead. Perhaps like these.
You use reading glasses? You've been a very successful art expert for a long time, haven't you?
Let's do one more.
What first attracted you to your millionaire partner?
Yes, it's a leading question, but it's a bit sneaky because it gives the impression that it isn't a leading question. It starts with the word what, so it seems like a genuine inquiry rather than a leading question. But then comes the word millionaire, which is a possible answer to the question. And so it is a leading question, even if the word what makes it less narrow than it might be. So because identifying leading questions can be a little tricky, you need to work out how to frame them consistently. The best technique for doing so is to use a statement as the core of the question. This technique often works well. Hearing the statement is usually enough for a witness to understand that they are being asked to confirm or deny it. There's a small risk that the witness will act as if you've not asked a question at all, and if that happens, it's easy enough to try another option. Here are the key points.